Getting matched up against a lot of players in Platinum. Has Arena decided for some reason that this deck is like low tier trash and needs to get matchmaked against stuff that doesn't play a lot of rares or mythics for some reason? I guess I'm just gonna like Geist Channeler Seagate Restoration to be a 3-drop, is where this hand is going. Alright, that's the game plan. Who needs black mana? Not me. We don't need black mana at all. I enjoy a turn 4 draw 5. This is silly. Oh my. If it's night, costs 2 less, but for now it doesn't. Huh. So they have the 4th land. My next turn's play... I feel like I'm probably supposed to get rid of Moonrager's Slash here, so that they can't remove a Geist Channeler and attack with Kessig Naturalist. I don't actually have a super clean next turn play. The cards we drew were not actually super good here, because we don't have the ability to downtick this Sorin, because we don't have the ability to play the Sorin, really. Oh, do you think because we put the Snowlands in? I wonder what happens if you just cut all of the rare lands from your deck and only play basics. No, but it's smart enough to know that it shouldn't pair monocolored decks that only play basics up against jank, right? Oh, this... I didn't realize this was modal. So that was definitely the take. I thought it was always the next creature you played fought. Whoops. Okay, well... them having the Blood Rage Alpha in play is quite a bit worse now than where we were going to be. So we'll chalk that one up to me making errors. But mostly, I think I'm probably losing this game. I could draw a board wipe. I have 4 of those. It's also possible I might get 2 turns, so to discover the formula into a board wipe. Arlen is scary. Also, it's night, so that's a problem. Trample is good. I no longer think that I have 2 turns possible. Oh, wow. They really want to kill Sorin, which is fine by me. I definitely have no plans to save Sorin whatsoever. Except I could still save... No, I can't because of Trample. Yeah, okay. I think I'm pretty happy with this. This is a lot of life I just gained because of that Sorin. Okay, well. Remember how we were debating whether Blood on the Snow was actually, like, good or not? I don't actually have an answer to this Arlen, though. Is there a world? There's no way I can turn it back to day, right? Is there a world in which I play Discover the Formula here? I probably just die, right? Lock Tovalar takes 6, 11, 14, 17. I could go to 2. No, I think I'm supposed to Blood on the Snow. But before I Blood on the Snow, we'll see if the opponent wants to block. Okay, I'm on board with that. If they want to... Sure. Destroy all creatures. I get my Sorin back. It's almost possible that getting back Geist Channeler is better here, but I don't think so. I think the opponent's going to wind up zeroing Arlen to kill the Sorin, and I think I'm okay with that. Because then I get to attack Arlen with a Vampire and probably just, like, play another Sorin. Yep. Another Sorin bites the dust. Pyre of Heroes is legitimately possibly very scary here, which is kind of amusing. Okay. No creatures played was not on the list of things that I was expecting to happen there. So I guess now I can just, having drawn Divide by Zero, Sorin, down tick, have a double blocker for Frenzied Trap Breaker, and then Divide by Zero the Arlen? Oh, I guess I could also have just Divided by Zero something and then turn it back to day? What would that have done? I don't think I wanted them to be able to replay the Arlen on day. Okay, opponent's Pyre of Heroes, what kind of nonsense 3-mana wolves do you fetch? And is it pretty much just another copy of Tovalar? We have legitimately broken the matchmaker somehow. That my opponent is playing Bird Admirer. I don't know how else to explain that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna save my Sorin. Do I just downtick the Sorin to get more 2/3s here? I kind of think I just downtick the Sorin and get more 2/3s here. I play Discover the Formula, play Jawari Disruption. Could play Key to the Archive. Is that better than Discover the Formula? Nah, probably not. Maybe? Nah, probably not. Yeah, I think we just pass holding up Fading Hope. Lier plus 5 mana Blood on the Snow when we have 5 snow permanents seems fun. Think about what day it is and how many people are playing Magic on that day. Maybe? I don't know. It's possible that I'm presuming here, but I kind of have assumptions that I make about most of the population age-wise that plays Magic, I don't think that terribly many of us are on the, like, have kids age range that need to go to bed early on Christmas Eve. Am I doing this right? Destroy all creatures? Yes. Then I guess we get back a Sorin. And keep making 2/3s all day. Because I'm allowed to do that. Hey, optimistic outcome. Thanks for the resub. I continue to appreciate the support. And it is Christmas. Ooh, it was 58 minutes ago. Wow, I totally missed that. I must have been in the middle of a game. Okay, Arlen. My opponent has too much mana for me to do anything about that. I don't have Jwari Disruption, so Arlen resolves. Opponent makes some wolves. I don't think there are any 1-drop... Oh, there are 1-drop wolves. So they could totally Pyre of Heroes into a 1-drop wolf if they have one. Looks like they probably don't have one. Alright, so we bounce a wolf token. We get to Scry. I want to make my land drops, why not? Go to our turn. Play Lier. Fading Hope a wolf. I'll take a Divide by 0, why not? Oh, I probably should have CK Restoration to draw like 4 cards. That would have been cool. Down take Sorin again because I just want creatures. Combat. Kill the Arlen. Play land. Play Key to the Archive because we still have Divide by 0 for 2 mana up. Which means if I get a good card with Key to the Archive, I guess I'm discarding Ascot Exhibition, sad as that may be. I'm pretty sure it's Sorin's grandfather that's supposed to alternate between alive and dead constantly. Are you sure you're playing it right? You make a very good point. We're certainly playing Sorin with the a play pattern that is more representative of Edgar, huh? Okay, so the way that early game curved out, I kind of feel like maybe we wanted Infernal Grasp, but once again, I'm not actually sure what to cut to make that happen. I could, once again, cut Key to the Archive. I suppose I could cut Break Expectations, but I don't know. I'll trim one of each. Do I need 4 Infernal Grasps against green-red aggro? Probably not. Is Edgar Sorin's grandfather? Come to think of it, I don't actually know how true that is. Also, 2 Snowlands, Blood on the Snow and Geist Channeler against a creature deck. You'll love to see it. Okay. We'll take the play. I will happily keep a Geist Channeler, discounting Discover the Formula. Looked it up. Yes, they were both mortals together. Edgar figured out vampires and shared it. Okay. I did know that Edgar was supposed to be the one who had figured out the process to turn folks into vampires originally. Which also implies that Edgar and Sorin were being in that first wave of vampires amongst the oldest vampires in existence. Which really means that Edgar is Sorin's grandfather, and Edgar is like, what, 40 years older than Sorin when they're both thousands of years old? Oh, this is annoying. I really wanted to divide by 0 something so that I could be guaranteed to hit my land drop, but if I divide by 0 the Shambling Gas, they're just going to sack it in response. Okay, land drop naturally. Thank you, deck! You are beautiful and lovely and wonderful and never wrong. Now they play the brush stroke. Rude. I want to discover the formula, but I also don't want that to resolve at all. I'm sure it'll be fine. I won't do anything too scary if you don't, opponent. Okay, we did hit Seagate Restoration, which means I do have a land drop to play here. Am I supposed to Infernal Grasp Blood Artist because I don't have a second black source to play any of this other stuff? And I don't well, actually, I kind of do want them to sack Blood Artist to one of their draw 2 spells, because I can just divide by 0 the draw 2, and then I don't lose 2 life from Infernal Grasp. We have had a 100% win rate tonight. That is completely true. This deck has not lost yet. Let's see. So let's Infernal Grasp the Blood Artist. And then do I want to Fading Hope the Predator, or do I want to divide by 0 it? I suppose I probably want to divide by 0 it because I want to go get Environmental Sciences, which gives me the ability to play Sorin. Now, do I play Sorin or do I play Break Expectations? Probably play Sorin because I want to start down ticking. And then I still have Fading Hope up for the Immersturm Predator anyway. And if they had Brushstroke, they probably would have played that rather than the Predator. Still no attacking with Geist Channeler. Don't want to give them a treasure off of Shambling Ghast. We now have enough snow lands that we can reanimate Sorin with Blood on the Snow. You love to see it. Ooh, okay. Vanishing Verse, the Sorin. That you don't love to see. Let's bounce the Predator, see if the opponent decides to sack the Shambling Ghast in response to get a treasure. They don't. Fine with that. Well, Discover the Formula seems like the thing I would most like to do here. It doesn't really leave me with any mana up, but that's probably just fine. We don't hit a land that we can play, but we do get to start attacking to gain 2. Our Blood on the Snow no longer makes 5 mana for our Lier, but we have enough Fading Hopes that probably isn't particularly relevant. We have nothing to discount with this Geist Channeler, which is a little odd. Let's see. I can Meathook Massacre to clear the board if I want to, or I can just keep Fading Hoping this Immersturm Predator, which I think is probably what I'm supposed to do. And we get to keep attacking with our 2/3 lifelinker instead of killing it, which, you know, cool stuff and whatnot. I think, well, let's break expectations, and then I think I'm probably going to key to the archive. Yeah, we'll take the Immersturm Predator. Opponent can have whatever junk they want. We'll play Key to the Archive, have a ton of mana, and probably get something cool. I hope. Nope, but I guess Demonic Tutor is fine. We'll get rid of a Meathook Massacre. Well, would I rather have Meathook Massacre than Blood on the Snow in this spot? I think that might be the case. So we'll get rid of Blood on the Snow. Have you ever seen Immersturm Predator in a vampire deck? I have seen Immersturm Predator in a lot of decks. I have yet to see Immersturm Predator be impressive in a deck. But it looks really cool because it has the word indestructible on it. I feel like if it had 2 more power, it might be good enough to play. But as it is, it's super easy to just bounce it when bounce is like the most common removal in control decks right now. It lives through a lot of board wipes though. I guess there's that. But for what it's worth, I don't think the opponent is playing a Vampires deck. I think the opponent is playing a red-white sacrifice list. Or rather, a Mardu sacrifice list. You've yet to see Predator be impressive in a deck because you don't play aggro. Meaning that Predator is impressive against aggressive decks? That might actually be true. I could see that being the flaw in my experiences against the card. Alright, let's play Lier. What kind of spells do we have here? 2 Divide by Zeros? Billion Fading Hopes? No, only 1 Divide by 0? Alright, well, that definitely means I'm breaking expectations then. Oh yeah, Sanguine Brushstroke? Get out of here. Hate that card. Don't want to play against it. Victory for me. It's good for Graveyard Hate as well. Sort of. How many decks... I guess Mono Black might be annoyed by it, because it hates on Blood on the Snow targets. But the biggest graveyard deck have been Lier decks, which, if you're playing Lier, you're playing like 4 Fading Hopes and 4 Divide by Zeros, which is what makes Predator look miserable. But admitting that there are other incidental types of graveyard decks, that is a nice tangential benefit. As long as you have a board, it's basically immune to fight spells. It's immune to dying to fight spells, but it is still not a blocker if you make it indestructible. And I'm never really sure whether that, like... Okay, cool. We got there. Like, in order for it to be good against green, you need to not be getting killed by green. And I feel like I've yet to see a red-black deck that isn't getting killed by green early on. Okay, so aristocrats stuff. What do we board in against them? Once again, I continue to feel like this deck doesn't really have anything it gets to bring in against a lot of matchups. I don't even know what card I could have access to in this deck that I would bring in this situation. So I guess we ship it back. I'd like Karavik in this list. Okay, Geist Channeler, Jwari Disruption, lands. No spells to use Geist Channeler on, but that's fine because Jwari Disruption can be our turn 2. I'd like to see double major work, but then again, if you're playing Simic, then you probably just do counterspells / divides anyway. What does double major do? What am I getting rid of here? I guess probably Clearwater Pathway. I have a ton of lands already. Oh no, that's my second black source. I guess I'm getting rid of Halden Storm Giants here then. Copy target creature spell you control, except it isn't legendary if the spell is legendary. So what do you do with that? It's kind of annoying that you have to copy the spell while it's on the stack, right? Like, are there any creatures that are so self-synergistic that playing a card that's dead most of the time, but late game lets you play 2 of the spell in the same turn? I want to play Geist Channeler so bad as a blocker here, but it's just such a huge waste. Does that mean we need other cards in the sideboard, or is your deck just good against that many matchups? Well, building good sideboards is probably the hardest part of deck construction, because you usually don't know what weaknesses a deck has ahead of time. Usually you find out what weaknesses a deck has as you play it. I think I'm just gonna let... Oh, this isn't... Got it. Okay, they still only get 1. If they only get 1, then you can have my pathway. Alright, the Lier is kind of awkward. I guess I'm just playing Jwari Disruption as a land then, because I really need to play my 5-mana Lier? Odds are they're going to use a removal spell on the first Lier, which is fine. Never mind. New plan. Blood on the Snow is excellent. We finally have a reason to play Geist Channeler. And we even have enough snow lands because I made sure not to give them my snow basic that Blood on the Snow brings back Geist Channeler. What is the opponent's hand? Okay, well, Immersturm Predator is an answer to that question. And lands is also an answer to that question. Immersturm Predator gets bounced. Ooh, discover the formula. Cool. Combat, swing. Discover the formula is probably the single best draw in the entire deck, because it's something that we can discount with this Geist Channeler. Gosh, that combo feels real good, though. The Immersturm Predator is going to be kind of annoying here, because I don't have a 6th land to play Lier and then bounce it. I guess I could find a 6th land. Or I could just have Discover the Formula Fading Hope, because nothing ever goes wrong for me ever. Oh, but I didn't find a land to play? Wow, nothing goes right for me ever. Bummer. Opponent plays Shambling Ghast, so they can exile this Discover the Formula whenever the Immersturm Predator taps. Hive the Eye Tyrant. So which of these would I rather Fading Hope? The Predator or the Hive? Have they played a land already? Okay, so it's like 1,000,000% the Predator. Maybe the Meat Hook Massacre means I was supposed to leave the Predator in play. I don't know. Alright, let's play Lier and leave up double Fading Hope, I guess. Seems pretty good. I could break Expectations, the Predator, but I can also do that later, so why do it now? Ew. Well, that gets rid of Break Expectations and Geist Channeler, I guess. Oh, no, it doesn't. It gets rid of Geist Channeler and Geist Channeler because I can totally Fading Hope my own Geist Channeler. Alright, so we bounce Geist Channeler. We get to Scry. I don't really want to land. I kind of want a card draw spell right now. And then we bounce Shambling Ghast because I have to use my mana somehow. And I don't really want to break Expectations right now. Alright, so Geist Channeler and Geist Channeler go away. Graveyard is gone. Hopefully the opponent just plays Immersturm Predator and doesn't sack the treasure to play another creature. If they do that, then I get to Meat Hook Massacre for 3, or they can Rite of Oblivion my Lier. Bummer. But this means I get to break Expectations, the Immersturm Predator. Or, instead, I could Discover the Formula. I guess I actually do have to be careful. My life total is kind of low. The Hive of the Eye Tyrant is not super far away from killing me. So I could Meat Hook Massacre here for 1, go to 9, and get rid of the Immersturm Predator. I kind of feel like I need to discover the formula here and hope the opponent plays Immerstorm Predator rather than activating Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Land drop is cool. If they play the Immerstorm Predator, then I can Meathook Massacre to kill a bunch of stuff. No, they're going to activate the Hive, huh? Rude. Please don't. Play the Predator. What do you mean with the Tyrant variant? Tyrant variant. Oh, yeah. By Tyrant, I meant the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, because my life total is kind of low here, and that's a concern. Okay, so I can play a Lier and Geist Channeler and have blockers for Hive. Rite of Oblivion gives them a way to kill the Lier, but I can divide by 0 that, because divide by 0 is going to cost 1 mana. Okay, I think that makes this divide a pretty good draw. And I can also break expectations here without real consequence. Oh, the second Rite of Oblivion kind of hurts. Well, I guess... No. Okay, so the Shambling Ghast makes a treasure. So they sack the Shambling Ghast to cast the first Rite of Oblivion, and then the second Rite of Oblivion, they sack the treasure, so even with Divide by 0... I guess I have 2 Divide by 0s, though. The alternative is I could just break expectations, the Rite of Oblivion, which I think is what I'm supposed to do. I don't think I care about the Predator as much as making sure I have 2 permanents in play to block the Hive. I could also break expectations, the Predator, and only have 1 copy of Divide by 0 up, I guess. I hadn't thought about that. I just don't think I care about that Predator with Meathook Massacre in play. And holding up the Divide by 0 plays around something like Goldspan Dragon. Or rather, holding up the second Divide by 0 plays around something like that, potentially. Although in this case, I don't think Goldspan Dragon would... I don't think they have enough mana to make that a threat right now against 1 Divide. Have I done the Decathlon thing? I have not. Should I? I wasn't sure if that was like a for fun thing or if it had actual rewards that were meaningful. I was kind of getting just like totally sucked into Alchemy because I've been having so much fun with the decks I've been playing. Also, anytime that I just, for some reason, am not losing, it's easy to feel addicted to a format, even if that might be the matchmaker for some reason right now more than actually having a busted deck. Do I stream often? Yeah, pretty often. I think I've I have streamed every day this week so far, I believe. Okay, Immerstorm Predator resolves. Sure. Do we then use Rite of Oblivion? Is that our next? No, just Whirlermaker. Sure. So... if I want to Meathook Massacre to kill the Predator, I was expecting that they were going to Rite of the Oblivion and sack Shambling Ghast. So the Immerstorm Predator would be a 3/3 if they played it, but that's not how this wound up going. Okay, I guess that means I just get rid of Immerstorm Predator, because I do want to draw a card here. I don't know what card I want to draw, but I definitely want to draw a card. If I draw a card, I mean put a card in my hand. Oh, they want to tap it to remove break expectations from the graveyard? That's cute. I don't think that's worth losing the Shambling Ghast in this spot, but that is a cute idea. Okay, so they have 2 cards in hand. I'm going to go up to 4. Even if I draw a land, there's no real way I can make Teachings work. My life total's kind of low. I think I'm still probably supposed to get Mascot Exhibition. If I hit an untapped land and can hold up Divide by 0 against the Rite of Oblivion, which is what happens. Then I get to get a bunch of blockers for the Hive. I get to actually start attacking, and we're clocking our opponent before the Whirler Maker can become an annoyance. Acquisitions expert, sure. Now that I've got a board state, I feel like I kind of don't want this Meathook Massacre anyway. I don't know whether I want the key, but key with Lier is kind of interesting because it's actually card draw. Even if you're empty-handed, you just tutor a card, put it in the graveyard, and then cast it with Lier. Yeah, there's an Immerstrom Predator. I think I don't bother dividing that by 0 anymore, because I want to be able to divide by 0 the Rite of Oblivion on the Lier. I think I just play Mascot Exhibition before they can exile it with Immerstrom Predator. Do I divide the Immerstrom Predator and accept my Lier dying in order to push through more damage? I don't think I do. But I do think that I attack with the 3-2 and the 4-4. I could... Wait, so if they attack with Immerstrom Predator and remove Divide by 0, then they get to Rite of Oblivion my Lier anyway? In which case, I think I might as well divide by 0 now, given that that's not something I can avoid regardless. Why am I seeing so many Whirler Makers lately? Did they buff it? Yeah. I could divide by Lier when they attack with Immerstrom Predator. That's true. But I don't think I love that. Okay, let's take Environmental Sciences. We do a lot of damage here. They lose the 1-1. Sure. I guess I do die to Goldspan Dragon now, huh? I didn't really think about that. But they can totally play Goldspan Dragon, Rite of Oblivion my 2-1, and I just straight up die. I think I might have been dead to that no matter how I play, unless I didn't attack with a 2-1. So I guess if I held up the divide by 0, would have made me hold back another blocker. Oh well, I'll take it.